Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I'm super excited to come today with another fresh new episode for your Friday. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you had a great week out there if you're listening in real time. And I missed you on Wednesday. We did not have a Wednesday show this week. Life just got really, really crazy, transparently. We do our best. I do my best to really not miss any shows. And I think we've probably missed 10, probably the lifetime of our whole show, 10 to 15 at the most over the last 4 or 5 years. So 2 or 3 a year usually. And we've had kids in there and all that stuff. So I apologize for that. I don't like missing shows. I want to be consistent for you guys, and I know that you look forward to the show, and I want to be able to bring that to you each and every week. And so I apologize for missing that show on Wednesday. It was just absolutely wide open. I've been in the field this week, and we'll talk about that a little bit about some hiring things we got going. But the reasoning for all that, and the perks and the downfalls of growing a business in the stage that we're at right now. So, before we get into any of that, though, we did not have a Wednesday show, and there was big news on Wednesday. And in case you missed it, I want to make sure that you know about it first thing today on our Friday show. So, if you missed it, Wednesday, June the 25th, 2025, Launch 2 Academy Live tickets went on sale, and man, oh man, they sold quick. They are still on sale. Tickets are still on sale. But I want to make sure that you know all the details on it. And maybe you've never heard of it. Then you definitely need to listen. If you've heard of it, but you didn't get your ticket, and maybe you didn't know they were on sale or some reason, you didn't know that, you didn't see Brian's show, you missed it somewhere else on another platform, and this is where you're hearing it at, well, it's time to go get your ticket. And let me tell you why. So LAL, what is LAL? If you've heard of it, it is Launch 2 Academy Live. It's an event that Brian Fullerton and his team has put on up there in Michigan for the last 5 or 6 years now, and it is an amazing time. It's November the 8th this year, 2025, and it's a Saturday. It's a Friday night little mixer thing. It's a Saturday now is the main event. Sunday there is a breakout session. Those breakout sessions are already sold out. Mark Bradley and Sam Gimbel sell those out really quick, but what we also have is the full day on Saturday, and so the full day on Saturday is where literally 300 to 400 people come in from all across the country, and they're there to simply grow their business. They're there to invest in their peers, their friendships, their relationships, and their own business knowledge and growth. And so I highly, highly recommend this event if you are anywhere from just starting out side hustle mowing grass to doing $1 million or $2 or $3 in revenue, and you're cranking landscape projects, you're cutting a bunch of grass, and you're running some crews. That is literally where that's how big of a spectrum you're going to be able to fall in at this event, because the speakers here are just top notch, like second to none speaker lists, and I want you to make sure that you are not missing an opportunity to get around these people. So we talk about it every year, but I wanted to refresh your memory. So we got Sam Gimbel is going to be speaking at this thing this year. Mark Bradley speaking this year. I think Corey Lamphere speaking this year. Almonds are speaking. Josh from East Coast Facilities is speaking. They're doing breakout sessions with Forward Coaching and Cycle CPA and a bunch of other people. I think they're doing Postcard Mania, and Brandon Bull are also going to be doing some things, talking marketing and stuff. So the opportunity is here to get around these people, these high-level CEO figures, for literally $250, $249. If you're within a 5-hour distance, I would be driving it. No questions asked. I'd be driving it. If you're outside of that, then fly in, guys. Fly in. Take the time off work and fly into the event. Leave on a Friday morning, Friday afternoon, get there Friday night, come to the event on Saturday. Masterclass tickets are already sold out on Sunday, so I would say, maybe not. I mean, if you want to leave on Saturday night or Sunday, then sure, do it. Hang out to Sunday. A lot of people hang out on Sunday, go get breakfast, eat lunch, hang out, and then they go home for afternoon flights. But the event is just top to bottom, it's amazing. Food is great. People are great. Speakers are great. It's well run. It's an amazing venue. And I'm not really hyping this thing up I'm not just hyping this thing up in a way that it should not be. And everything that I'm saying about it is facts, 100% true, no embellishment. And I want you to spend some time there if you're interested in growing your business. So maybe you knew about it, maybe you didn't. If you did not, then here you go. I ask some more questions and I'll answer them if you have any. But if you did, and maybe you're just dragging your feet, getting a ticket, I know it's only been 3 days open, but hey, just invest now and make the commitment now. It's like Equip. If you're going to Equip, you should have already used code GG50 to get your tickets a long time ago. They went on sale last October. You should have already used those. You should already have your trip planned. You should already have all this stuff done. But if you have not, you can still make that decision now. And so, spend the $250, buy a plane ticket, be all in, all done for less than $1,000 with a plane ticket and a hotel room for one night. If you're flying from big city to big city, you can do it. You get around these people for $250 that you never have access to any other way, any other day, and they're there to help you. They're there to answer your questions. They're hanging out. They're shaking hands. These are people that you want to be around. Put them in your circle. As you grow, let them stay in your circle. Try to get around them as much as possible, and you'll see positive things coming from it. So that is my little, not a pitch, but a pitch, telling you why you should go to LAL, because, again, it's just facts. There's literally nothing that I said that's not true. It's all based off my experience. This will be my 4th one that I've gone to. I hope that you make the investment into your life and your business and your personal and business growth that you can make a good decision like that as well. So anyway, that is what we got to get the show rolling. LAL is here. Go to Together in Trades. Go to launchpreneuracademy.com and get tickets. I will tell you this, though, because this is the last show before tickets go off of sale, is Together in the Trades tickets. That slipped a minute ago. But those tickets, they do. They end June the 30th. And so if you haven't looked at that yet and you haven't gotten your ticket secured, then I suggest you doing that as well, because they're going to go off. And actually, 30th is the Monday, so we'll talk about that on Marriage Monday as well. But make that decision, guys. These things that we talk about are not just, I don't just talk about them to talk about them. Seriously. I talk about them because I know they're going to help you. I know that you're going to benefit from them. I know that if you choose to put in the work and take the time and invest the money and make the trips, you will see returns from it, because I promise you we have. I wouldn't keep telling you if I wasn't seeing benefits from them, because we've done this for quite a few years now. All these things I talk about, they're positive. They make good impacts. So make a difference in your life by making this decision. What I want to get into today is a little bit about hiring, and I think the title is literally going to be just your hiring guide for maintenance foremans and maintenance apprentices and landscape apprentices and landscape foremans. I believe that I have found one portion of a system that is working, and it's working really, really well. And I want to share it with you, because hiring is not easy. Hiring is a bottleneck for a lot of people. And right now, currently, it's a bottleneck for me, but it's a bottleneck that we're working through. It's the bottleneck in the sense of hey, we got to get people in here, and we got to get in here fast, because of the amount of work that we have to keep it up and running. And we have to produce, because our backlog is getting too far. We got to bring people in, start cranking work, getting jobs done. What is not the bottleneck is how I'm going to find those people. And that is what I want to share with you today, because I get this question a lot. I hear people talk about it a lot. How do you get people? How do you keep people? How do you find people? Nobody wants to work, this, that, and the other. Guys, it's simply not true. You're just looking in the wrong places. You don't have a good job out there, and it's all there for the taking as long as you do what you need to do to make it show up the right way. So, let's dive in. One word is what you need to take away from this. Well, 4 words, but one word and one phrase. The first word is Indeed. Indeed is a job posting board where employers can go post jobs, right? And Indeed is also a place where employees can go search and have their resumes put in there, and they get flagged or tagged anytime a position with any type of filter or tag that they have on their profile gets listed, they get tagged at it. So we're going to say somebody likes landscaping, right? And they put in their profile a landscape tag. Well, if I post a landscape foreman job, then that tag is going to notify them, and they're going to get notified, and then they're going to be able to see our job. And so there's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people on Indeed, probably millions, definitely millions across the U.S., and you should be using something like that. And I didn't know that, right? Because guys, guess what? A lot of us we're not business owners. We're not CEOs. That's not what we started as, at least. We started as guys going out and cutting grass out of high school, right? It's time to start transitioning out of that just a little bit. And in doing that, you got to find some things that are working. Indeed works in the corporate world, buddy. It does. People get hired on it all the time. And it just may be something, again, you've heard me say on this show, like, what you don't know is what's literally holding you back. Like, that's simply what's holding you back is what you don't know. And what are you doing to figure out what you don't know? Are you paying people? Are you sitting in seminars? Are you fast tracking? What are you doing to figure out the things that you don't know very, very quickly so you can know them and then grow your business? Indeed, using that in your landscape company to grow and hire people is something that you probably didn't know about. And if you did know about it, you're probably skeptical. Well, let me come here to tell the skeptics to walk away and tell you to start using it. So here's how you use it. You just literally go on there and you say, all right, I'm going to make a job. Well, first you're going to go ChatGPT. You're going to go ChatGPT and you're going to say, okay, and here's the phrase that I was talking about. And then we'll come back to Indeed. The phrase was, great job ad. You must have it. You must have it, and when you have it, you bring the right people in. So our most recent job that we had that we just hired for was a lawn maintenance foreman. I had to hire for more, but it was a lawn maintenance foreman. Now I want to show you what our job ad is, and I want to see if I can read it to you a little bit, real quick. I just want to read you the high notes on it. It may not let me, but really quick, let me see if I can get logged in here and show it to you. I was not planning to do this, but I want to do it on the fly because I want you to know and see what a great job ad looks like. And this could be better, but it's pretty good. So here we go. The job description. About us. Growing Green Landscapes, we're reshaping leadership we're reshaping what leadership in landscaping looks like. We're not just mowing lawns, we're building a high-performance team that takes pride in precision, efficiency, and excellence. Our clients trust us with their properties because of our detail-driven work and reliable service. We're now booking for a super foreman who isn't afraid to lead from the front. That's literally what I have it titled as, a super foreman in here. About the role. This isn't your average foreman role. We're looking for a 9.5 out of 10 performer, someone who thrives in responsibility, owns results, and builds a team culture that others want to be a part of. You'll oversee 2 maintenance crews and be the key communicator between clients, crew members, and management. You'll manage daily schedules, crew performance, and simple client communication like schedule tweaks and quick feedback. And put a whole list of key responsibilities in here. I put what we're looking for. So 2 years of experience in lawn and landscape maintenance with team leadership, attention to detail, quite a few more, proactive leader. What is our pay, compensation, and perks? What are the benefits? How do we grow? And who the job is not for. The job is not for people who just want a paycheck. They have a chronic excuse maker, or they blame people, those who don't believe in holding their teams accountable, and average performers. And then you just put your normal stuff. What are the benefits to it? What are the schedule? Any licenses requirements, ability to commute, things like that. So that is a very quick rundown. And guess how long that took Chat to make? About 22 seconds, right? And then I take it and edit it and tweak it to where I want it to say what I want it to say for our business. And then we put it in there. And that attracts good people. Hands down, it attracts good people. And so you should ask yourself, okay, how do I make a good job ad? What does that include? Well, I just told it to you. Like, tell them about your company. What is your company about? What are its values? How do you hire off of your core values, right? Because remember, when I started first hiring back in the spring this season, and we started getting the ball rolling in a positive direction, getting some good people in here, everything started with hire off of your core values, and you should stick to that now in this process. So tell them who your company is, and then you got to sit here and say, okay, not only here's our company, what are we looking for? And be very pointed and very direct. Like, don't just say I'm looking for somebody to come lead a lawn maintenance crew, right? You literally heard me say, like, I wrote super foreman in there, 9.5 out of 10 performer. The average people will not apply for that job. Like, they don't want that. They don't want that amount of pressure. They don't want that responsibility. They don't want that work. They don't have that drive. This job is for people who want to do bigger and better and more than what they are just called to do normally, right? They're here to make a difference, to make an impact, and that's how you get into our company. And so I posted that, and you do what works for you, right? Whatever the position may be, landscape, lawn maintenance, irrigation, whatever. And people start rolling in, buddy. You can post the job on Indeed without paying for it, and it'll still go to the job boards. Or you can pay for it, and it will go to more people, and then get more notifications, more push, get more behind it. So I personally spend $20 a day, and I started that job on Thursday night, and I paused it on Monday afternoon. And between Thursday and Monday, I had 40 applicants, and I spent $140. And excuse me, 40 applicants, $140, and I hired my foreman out of it. Like, that simple. Guys, it's literally almost, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme, right? And, excuse me, I got some water. And it's not a one-size-fits-all problem. It kind of is, a little bit. But you still got to have a few key components to it, right? You got to add the description. You got to add the requirements. Couldn't get the word out there. The requirements, responsibilities, all those things, right? You had to do all that. But it is like, hey, you come here, you use this resource in Indeed, and you put the things in place, and it's literally almost a turnkey, let's go get people, source them, and bring them in. And you want to know one of the other parts to this that you got to actually do is you got to pay people good money. And this is this is where knowing your numbers comes in, diving into your numbers, diving into what you're actually spending. What is your labor? How much revenue are you making? All of those things, right, have to come into play. Because you got to know, can I afford more people or not? But when you can come in here and offer somebody $25 to $30 an hour in an industry where that is not common, it is, people do it a lot, but it's not common. It's not the standard. And you pay them really good wages. Guys, you can pull people from other industries. You can pull people from plumbing. You pull people from other trades, HVAC. Like, there's so many like crane operators, plumbers, welders that apply to these positions. And because, guys, like, I'm offering them good money. But I promise you this, and when this clicked in my head, there's really no stopping us now. You pay that guy 1.5x your normal rate, and they're going to produce 5x what a normal employee is going to do. So, like, think about that for a minute. I could pay somebody $18 an hour, right? Or I could pay somebody $27 an hour. Think about the gap there. Big gap. $27 an hour as far as, like, who's applying for that job. $27 an hour. And that person is going to, instead of producing $1,500 a week for me in maintenance, they're going to go produce $4,000 to $5,000 a week in maintenance, right? Like, hello, yeah, that's a good investment. I will make that trade any day of my life. Business is math. Math is numbers. Addition and subtraction. And, like, and in this case, multiplication. You can do it. You can do it. Use the resources that are out there. So go to Indeed, post the job, sponsor it for a little bit, spend some money on it. But, like, you can't look at me and tell me, hey, I would not pay $140 for a new foreman. Guys, if somebody told you could have a knockdown, like, drop-dead foreman, like, awesome, right? They're that great. They make your jaw drop. For $140, you would jump on it like anything, right? Any there's so many analogies I can't make here, but you think of your analogy, right? The ones that are just crazy out there. You put it in there, into this statement. You would jump on it. You would jump on it, right? And if you had to pay $1,000 for that foreman, but you knew they'd be good and they'd be qualified, you would probably still pay the $1,000. But you don't have to pay $1,000, you can pay 120, 140, right? And he applied on like the second day. I could have stopped the ad then. But I just wanted people to keep coming in because I want to have some options. So now, also, not only do I have 40 people apply for this job, I hire one out of that job. So now I have 39 more that I can go to and start filtering and say, hey, we filled this position, but we have this position over here in landscape. Are you interested in that? We can learn and grow on this side of the business. And so it's low-hanging fruit, and that's how we go from there. And we got to get people in the door. We're actively doing this. And I hope that you guys can realize and see what we're doing this year and how our podcast has changed a little bit. And I know I've missed a few shows with baby and things like that in life. But, again, it's not an excuse, so truly forgive me for that. I don't want to miss shows, and I don't do it often, but when we do it, I hate doing it. But I hope you can see, like, our podcast is not just a normal question-answer interview session anymore. Like, it is us, it's me, it's our team. I honestly want to bring some guys on here for a show one day, some of my leadership. And it's me talking about to you guys and sharing our story and what we're doing day to day, hour to hour, what is working. Like, what's working, what's not working. I've told you about the jobs we're on. I've told you about getting upside down. I've told you about going over on hours. Like, unclear expectations between us and clients. It's not polished. It's not some super high quality edited format show where we're just, again, question and answers. This is, for the stage of business that I'm in right now, this is, hey, we're grinding. We're showing what we're doing. I want you to see this and hear this because I was a very visual and audible learner to where if I heard somebody else talking about something that I can make a difference in at this stage in business, then I would make that decision. I'm not sharing what I'm doing at 1 million. I'm sharing what I'm doing at 500,000 because these are the changes that have to be made. And I've talked about the holes in our maintenance department, all those things, right? Because other people have those. I'm not the only one. I promise you that. I know that. I'm not silly enough to think that I'm the only one that goes through this stuff. Now, I may be dumber than most, but there's some things that I've figured out, and I want to share those with you. And this, Indeed, little hack is one area that I'm like so pleased to have figured out, so pleased to be learning from, so pleased to be growing from, and I want you to be able to make those decisions day to day on how to grow your business. This is one of them. So if you have any questions about how to use the platform, you reach out and let me know. Also, I think this goes without being said, I have no affiliation with Indeed other than, hey, I use it, and it works. So I want you to make sure that you are, again, making these decisions to help yourself grow. Thank you for investing your time into this show. There's a lot of shows you'll be listening to, and I know that you could go somewhere else and spend your 30 minutes a day. But I appreciate you coming here. We could not do the show without you guys. Like, if you didn't listen, we wouldn't keep doing it. And so I appreciate that. I appreciate the support, the community we've grown here. Let's continue to grow the show. Share it, leave us a review, and let's grow bigger out there, reach a bigger community so we can help more people and grow our landscape community here, green industry community, one relationship at a time. But again, I want to circle back. LAL tickets, Launch Room Academy Live tickets 2025 are on sale. It's in Novi, Michigan, November the 8th. It's an easy in and out from the airport, easy into Detroit, 30-minute Uber. Like, it's not bad at all. Get there. Don't miss it. Before that, though, we have two things going on. Together in the Trades, which is in about a month. Now we have 2 or 3 days left to sign up for tickets for that. TogetherTrades.com. We're going to be in Savannah, Georgia at a place there doing 2 half days. And it's going to be a great conference investing into your marriage. We'll talk about that more on Monday when it is the last day to buy tickets. And then between Together in the Trades and LAL, we have Equip. Equip Expo, code GG50. We'll see you there. We'll talk a little bit before as we get closer about that show. But get your tickets. They're like $15 right now, something like that. And maybe it's 20. But get your tickets. Don't let them get any higher. If you get them at the show, you're going to be broke. So don't do that. Get them now. Use code GG50. Save you 50% off. And we will see you in Louisville, Kentucky, the third week in October. But guys, again, I thank you. I'm glad to not miss another show here on Friday. It's been an insane week. And this is what I want to talk about before we wrap up. Is the stage of business we're at, right? We're sharing the good, the bad, the ugly. when you have 4, 5, 6 guys, you are still, the owner is still one call out away from being thrown back into the field and your whole week being thrown off. And so that's what I'm really, really, really trying to work out and get out of, because you've heard me use the analogy before. The coach doesn't go into the game to play quarterback when the quarterback goes down. They've got a backup, and they've got a backup to a backup. And so at this stage, 4 or 5 people, you don't necessarily always have the revenue to have that person fill that void. But as we grow, I'm trying to really, really remove myself a little bit more from that role, because it's detrimental to the company if you keep doing it, guys. Like, you have to get out of it. You have to get out of it. I was in the field 3 days this week. I left $25,000 of work sitting out there that I should have had estimated 3 days earlier, and we'll probably lose some of it because of it. And so that's just very transparent and honest. I can't do that. You can't do that. If you feel like you're running ragged, I've given you the steps to take today to hire that first person. And you can filter it. You can turn them into, they have to have background checks, they have to do this, they have to do that, they have to have a driver's license, all that stuff. You can make that decision for your business today for a very, very, very small fee or free to start getting good, qualified leads for employees into your business to help you grow and invest into your future and your family's future. So I appreciate you. I love you. I care about you. Come back here on Monday. Let's Talk Marriage Monday, and we'll see what me and Savannah got going on for another week here. I know we're going to talk about Together in Trades a little bit because their tickets end on Monday. And so if we can do that and we can help you in any way, please let us know. But without any further ado, guys, that's going to wrap this one up. Thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.